Hello. It's the Fat Boy here with round 9 of Formula 1 2021 My Team Career Mode. It is raining when I'm pre-recording this, and it's raining here in Monza as well for qualifying. So before I'm gonna go for my push laps, I'm just gonna increase the front wing arrow by one click. Just because I don't want to lose time in the corners. But I am gonna lose a lot of time on the straight, so but just try something new today here in qualifying, and let's see how it goes. So in our first lap, uh, we did quite badly in sector 2, just cause there were a lot of sausage curves and all that. So heading into the parabolic turn 11, I think. We take the shortest route possible to the finish line by cutting in, and we are 1.7 seconds slower than our teammate Robert Schwartzman. So I think with increasing the downforce did any help. So we are still 2 tenths down on our second lap, and we're 1.1 seconds slower in the second sector. We completely screw up the Ascari chicane, and we get a lot of wheel spin. We hit the wall, and we hit the wall twice now, and we are out of qualifying one. If we were to race on Inters, I can take it, but racing in the full wets, no, it's not a skill that I have mastered. So we are gonna retire once again. Nothing much to say now. So we are starting dead last. Schwartzman, I think he's out of Q1. Yeah, he is P18. So uh, no points Saturday. Let's try to go for a good race in the Italian Grand Prix.
We're back in Italy once again for another round of the Formula One World Championship. And what a great race is in store for us today here at the oldest circuit on the calendar. Monza hosted its first race all the way back in 1922. With top speeds reaching 215 miles per hour, only a few places can challenge Monza's crown as the fastest circuit in F1. Hard braking zones going into the 3 chicanes make up the majority of the 11 corners on this 3.6 mile circuit. And just in case the slipstream wasn't enough, 2 DRS zones will help encourage some closer action. Anthony Davidson joins me again for the race today. Now, let's talk about Sergio Perez. That was a great win in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
It's always nice to come into a Grand Prix weekend on a high, but your expectations are based much more on your practice and qualifying runs. So it's the momentum from those sessions that they'll be hoping to carry into the race today.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Young superstar Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Bottas, Perez, Daniel Ricciardo and Norris, Gasly, Leclerc, Sainz and Fernando Alonso, Vettel, Stroll, Kimi Raikkonen and Giovinazzi, Ocon, Russell, Robert Schwartzman and Mick Schumacher, Latifi, Tsunoda, Mazepin and the Black Mamba. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
So here we are on a very nice sunny afternoon here in Monza. And this time I'm not gonna underfill the car for today's race, simply because that the straights are too long and I'm gonna use too much fuel, and I am not gonna lift and coast in the corners as well. So let's head into the race starting P22, as now here come the 5 red lights. We are starting last, and here we are for the Italian Grand Prix, and it's lights out and away we go. We are underway. Gasly gets a good start, but we do not get quite a good start. We are still lagging behind. Verstappen is leading the pack, followed by Bottas. Hamilton is right behind the Red Bull, and we're struggling to find a way around the AlphaTauri of Tsunoda, as we take a lot of curb there at the second turn. Heading down into the Curva Grande, Mazepin is doing quite a good job at holding me off. and I'm 1 second behind Mazepin. But thankfully here in the Delarod chicane, uh, we slowed down quite a lot. But you can't take the curves at the apex because you're gonna send you flying, and then you're gonna be touching the sky. So that's a detrimental for us, not a benefit. So now heading down the second straight, heading into the Ascari chicane. There is a bit of battling with Sonoda and Latifi for 19th place, but it doesn't make Mazepin lose any time heading into the finals back straight. And we're still stuck in last, we're still lagging behind until like lap 3, heading into the first Lesmo. We are still right behind Mazepin. We are going to get a little bit of dirty air heading into the second DRS zone. We get DRS on Mazepin. Mazepin gets DRS on Latifi as well, but we still can't catch up to the Haas, and we're still stuck in P22 after 3 whole laps. As we're now heading into lap 4, there is a train in front of us, and I think Robert Schwartzman is holding everyone up. Yeah, Schwartzman is holding everyone up. I think he does have damage. And yes, I think he has a damaged end plate. He might have a damaged end plate like how everybody has, because that's the most common way to damage the front wing. And we're gonna go 4 wide. It was 3 wide, now we're gonna make it 4 wide heading into the first chicane, but I knew I had to back out in order not to make a huge devastating crash. And now we are still lagging behind. We are technically 21st, but we're actually last technically, because our teammate obviously is behind us by 24 seconds. So it's not ideal for DPB Motorsport heading into the 2 Lesmos. Lesmo 1, we are still struggling on the pace as we head down Lesmo 2. And by lap 4 we get quite a bit of oversteer at the exit. And we are still struggling to keep up with Mazepin. I know I said struggling quite a lot, but it's just the main point technically, as Latifi tries to go for a battle with Mick Schumacher, but Schumacher manages to stay ahead. And looking at the front of the pack, Ricardo also has front wing damage. Again, he damaged his end plate, so he's now heading into the pits. Look at those 2 very handsome marshals right below the podium. And it's not looking good for McLaren. As again in the last episode, the same thing happened to Ferrari of Carlos Sainz, and I'm sure the team boss Zach Brown isn't going to be happy, but one of the McLaren drivers, who is Ricciardo's teammate Lando Norris, is still in 5th place, and so now they are going to get 10 points as of now. So we are heading into the De La Roggia chicane. We get quite a lot of wheel spin. At the exit because we went on the gravel. And we're side by side with Mazepin, but I managed to stay behind him, go to get DRS as we get a huge tank slapper. We got quite a huge tank slapper, and we have damage, so we are gonna head into the pits. So at the moment, it's not looking good for DPB Motorsport, and so we are just gonna have to box a slap, switching to the mediums as well. And I'm sure everyone will be rushing into the pit lane, as everyone hasn't made that stop, whether they have switched to the mediums or to the hard tires. And we could have made some beautiful undercuts, but since everyone's going to double stack, by the time I head into the pits, everyone will be out of the pits already, even though they're double stacking, meaning that they're going to lose time to each other. So it's not ideal at the moment, and we obviously meet the 2 same marshals under the podium. They're just looking around, oblivious of what's going on. So we do have damage, and the last driver Mazepin goes out of the pit lane, and we're gonna have to switch to the new front wing. And I have no idea why the lost parts of our front wing have just resurrected themselves and brought back to life. As now we head down the exit of the pit lane, going into first gear, removing the pit limiter, as we now try to catch up to the pack. But I don't think the safety car is gonna gonna go back into the pits after one lap. He's gonna stay out for the next lap, I think. And now the reason and at this point when I was pre-recording this, I just remembered that I did increase the front wing arrow by one click, so I have to reduce it back down to back down to 5. So obviously we are gonna lose a lot of straight line speed. That's why we can't even catch up to Mazepin when we could have done in the second lap. So the front two pit crewmen, they use some sort of Allen key to change the front wing angle, I think. I'm not sure. So as now we head out of the pit lane on lap 8. This is a race to the end of the safety car window, as we're now just over 10 seconds behind Bobby Schwartzman. The safety car is coming in, and Verstappen, I think, is leading the race. So now we're just gonna have to catch up, as now heading into the parabolic turn. We are 4.5 seconds behind Bobby Schwartzman and his green flag. But heading, I think when we go into the first chicane, it is a heavy braking zone, and the cars are still stacked. So we shouldn't lose too much time as we head into the first sector. Into the first turn, sorry, as we head down the first chicane, the first right left chicane. On the exit, we managed to catch up to our teammate, fortunately. So at least it's on. We can still catch up because we're on the soft tires as well. Heading into the De La Roggia chicane, we are 1/10 off the pace for sector 1. As I don't want to make the same mistake again by putting a tire on the grass, which caused us to have the wheel spin. As now we're still struggling to catch up to Bobby Schwartzman until the end of lap 10. Now on lap 11, Mazepin and Schwartzman are side by side heading to the first chicane. Schwartzman takes a lot of curb. We tried to go for the switchback move, but Mazepin had to park the car at the exit of turn 2. As we now head down the Curva Grande, turn 3, and we still have to stay behind the Haas driver, as again the sausage curbs are very, very dangerous. As we head down the first two Lesmos, thankfully DRS is still enabled, heading into turn 7, I think this is. Now we have DRS on the Haas. This should be an easy overtake mode. ERS open as well. Mazepin gives us way. He does have a chip and plate, as we managed to complete the move, and we're now in P21. Now our next target is our teammate Bobby Schwartzman, heading down the back straight. As you look at the bottom corner, Verstappen is leading the race quite comfortably. And now back to us. We do have quite a bit of dirty air, so I have to be a bit more careful on the throttle at the exit. As now we get DRS heading into lap 12. Schwartzman is trying to catch up to Latifi, and still no use. We still can't catch up to our Russian teammate. But thankfully at the heavy braking zone of turn 1, we managed to kill some time between ourselves and Schwartzman just by a few hundredths of a second. Not that ideal, but at least we managed to catch up a little bit heading into the De La Roggia chicane. We managed to go for a move down the inside of our teammate, and that's P20 for us. As now we have one more lap to try to gain as many positions as possible. Maybe we even might get driver of the day. We might even get driver of the day at this case. As now we head down the second DRS zone, or should I say the last DRS zone, as now we see Mick Schumacher and Yuki Tsunoda fighting for 16th place. As Mick Schumacher, he spins out. He might have beached the car at the gravel there at the Ascari chicane. No, but he's still out. So we need a replay to see exactly what happened. I think he was again too aggressive from the throttle. So as he head down the Ascari chicane, I'm not sure why so many drivers are making errors where they just blatantly, I think that's the right word, blatantly just apply too much throttle when they're not supposed to. I'm not sure if they heard of the short shifting technique, just to reduce wheel spin. As now Schumacher's out of the way, we're P19. As now we head down the start finish straight. Latifi is struggling to catch up to Giovinazzi, as Giovinazzi is having a tussle with Tsunoda heading into turn 1. as now we're side by side with the Williams driver as we manage to go down the outside, now the inside line. So we do have the track position, and I managed to get on the throttle earlier than the Canadian, and I think that's the maximum we can do as Max Verstappen. He wins the race. I think Valtteri Bottas comes out in third. One of the Mercedes came out in third. I'm not sure if it's Bottas or Lewis, but we tried to go for a last dive bomb on Giovinazzi, but sadly we cannot improve any positions, and we're just gonna have sit tight for P18. We could have got P16 or P15, but given that we had to catch up to the safety car by the end of lap 8, I am happy with what I have, and I'll just see you back at the team headquarters.
Victory for the team from Milton Keynes then, after a quality performance. So Anthony, what made the difference out there today?
Without a doubt, the safety car changed everything today. The key to their success was keeping calm and reacting to the situation quickly. We've seen teams in the past throw away wins because they were too hesitant, but here they were decisive, and that's allowed them to take the advantage.
Here come today's winners. The team at Red Bull have done a phenomenal job recently. It's clear to see that they've put in the work, and they should be proud of the victory they secured here.
Unfortunately, Valtteri Bottas crosses the line first before Lewis Hamilton, and I'm not sure why there's no Valtteri is James. I'm not sure why his race engineer James did not even say Valtteri is James and let Lewis pass. So not ideal for the Mercedes as Red Bull get a 1-2. So they are starting to become more dominant, like how they did from 2010 to 2013. That was when Sebastian Vettel was dominating the sport. And it's now back. So now back to here. Our assistant has been wanting to talk to us about falling behind on development deadlines. So we can either invest more into the department, allowing them to keep up with the increasing workloads, or we are gonna apply pressure on the chassis department by putting more stricter deadlines. But I've decided to close an eye and invest more in the department, and we are gonna get a 25% discount on the monocoque structure. And the monocoque structure is probably one of the main parts of the car. So at least we don't have to spend over 1,000 R&D points. As now we do have the heave dampers done, and we're gonna have to start investing our money into the specs for the facilities because we are running out of upgrades to purchase. We have so now we have 6.1 million, I think, or is it 8.1 million? I can't see. Yeah, 6.1 million. So I just decided to spend 1.2 million on the build time for durability upgrades because lately our reliability issues have been quite bad, and we decided to spend another million in terms of upgrade chances of failure. We have to reduce that. So we do get the DRS activation mechanism as we get so many facilities in, as we get turbo improved materials. Thankfully they didn't fail.
Without issue. They'll be on the car, ready for the next race weekend.
And the next race weekend is going to be in Sochi in Russia. And look at the aero department. We are running out of upgrades to invest in. We just have downforce upgrades left. So probably I'm gonna have to start investing in Spec 2 aero facilities. Decided to invest in the heat dispensing wheel rims just to reduce tire wear. So then maybe I might even go to 50% races because currently we are racing 25% race distance. So it's gonna be twice as long probably heading into season 2. And now looking at this news, Kimi Raikkonen, the Iceman, is going to be retiring the sport soon. So it might be this season, might be next season. In real life, he's going to retire this Sunday because it's already the last race in Abu Dhabi.
Now this is an interesting one.
And if you made it to the end of this video, if you want to drop a like, go ahead. I'm not stopping you. If you want to subscribe to help me as well, that's ideal. If you want to turn on
Well
notifications in
found,
order not to miss future uploads, go ahead. And thanks for watching till the end of this video. I am the Fat Boy. I'll see you tomorrow for the Russian Grand Prix. Goodbye. Have a good day and ciao.